Okay. Hello, hello. Whoever's watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna get started because this is on my spirit. Obviously, it's impromptu. I'm in my car. I look a mess. That's not relevant though. So, whoever's tuning in, thank you for being here. Hi, favorite diva, and anyone else that joins. Thank you for joining. Anyone that watches the replay, thank you for watching the replay. So I'm here because I have a message on my spirit, right? I have a message on my spirit, a revelation that God just gave me, and I want to share it. So we're gonna share it very impromptu here in my car. So I'm on my way driving to go donate some clothes, right? And as I'm driving, I put in my GPS the directions to this place, and I noticed that my GPS is taking me on the highway. Now, I personally don't enjoy driving on the highway, especially in the city where I live, because I feel like people can't drive here. So I choose to take the more scenic route when it's up to me because I don't want to deal with the chaos of being on the highway with these people who cannot drive. So I decide that I'm going to take the highway because it's already in, and I realized that I was already high. This is very impromptu, so just tune in. But I realized that I'm already partially to my like destination. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and take the highway. I'm already here. I'm already here, right? It's already close. So as I'm driving, I realized that there's a Wendy's on this street that I'm driving along. And if you know anything about me, you know that I love French fries. That's my comfort food. I had a stressful day. I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop at Wendy's. So I decide to pull over to stop at the Wendy's, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is my GPS taking me this way? Like, I don't understand that. But for whatever reason, I didn't feel compelled enough to change the. I was using Google Maps, so I didn't feel compelled enough to change it to what I usually use, which is iPhone Maps, right? So I was just like, all right, we here. I'm gonna just go ahead and take the highway. So I get my French fries. I probably eat like 4 or 5 of them joints. Drive to my destination, which was super close, by the way. So I don't even know why it made me take the highway. So well, I know why now, right? So I'm driving. I get off the highway, and I stop at a light, and I see this homeless guy standing with the sign that says "homeless but not hopeless." And when I see homeless people, I typically try to, instead of judging or thinking about it so much, I try to just move based upon what I feel my spirit is prompting me to do in that moment. And in that moment, I felt God telling me to give. So I looked at the French fries and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just see if he wants them. So I pull up, I put the bag out the window, and he walks over and he's just so appreciative and so grateful and so just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like God bless you, right? Like really really grateful. And you know, if you've ever given anything to a homeless person before, sometimes they don't want food, right? Sometimes they will literally just straight up look at you like, no, like I want money or I want something else. But in this particular instance, he was super grateful, he accepted it, and I was like, okay, cool. And as I'm driving, a revelation hit me because I was so concerned about God, why God had me taking what seemed like a longer way to get to my destination, or a more inconvenient way, because I don't like driving on the highway. So I'm like, I kept saying, God, I kept saying like, why is the GPS taking me this way? But I also at the same time, I didn't feel compelled enough to change it, right? Like I just was like, okay, but I kept thinking about it. And what I realized the moment that I got off the highway was that sometimes God will have us take the long way to bless someone else. Sometimes when we're in that moment where we're like, why am I going out of my way to do this, and that? It actually has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us, because me going the way that seemed longer to me going out of my way, me feeling compelled to stop and get French fries, right? Because I was having a stressful day, actually led to me being able to bless somebody else. And I just thought that that was just such an eye-opening moment because of the day that I was having in particular. Like having a very, very, very stressful, difficult day. So the moment when I finally decide, you know what, I'm gonna get out of my head, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna run some errands, get some sunshine, and then that happens. It's just like it really did highlight just the season that I'm in, and maybe the season that you're in, or maybe the season that someone that you know is in, where you feel like you are trying to understand, like, God, why do you have me taking the long way? Why am I taking the way that seems less convenient? Why am I taking the way with all the twists and turns when I know I could just go straight up the street and get to my destination? I can just go straight up the street, get to my destination, yet you have me taking the way that's going to require me to sit at all these lights and deal with all these people who can't drive. Why? So I just wanted to come up here to encourage and to remind anyone that may be in a space where you feel like God has you going the long way. God has you going the inconvenient route, and you're frustrated and you don't understand why, and you just want it to be simplified. You just want it to make sense. You just want it to just click and to just be easy, and for you to just be like, okay, cool, I'm here, I've arrived. And if that is the space that you are in, I just want to remind you that sometimes God has us take the long way because it's actually meant to bless somebody else. It's meant to bless somebody else. And what seems like an inconvenience to you could actually be the blessing that somebody else needed that day just to keep going. And that was just on my spirit to share in this moment. I was going to record a podcast. Funny enough, I went to record the podcast and it stopped recording. And then I tried to record it again, and I was like, okay, I was introducing the podcast, but I said, I'm re-recording this video. So I was just like, you know what, God, clearly you want this to be a video, so I'm gonna just make a video. So here we are. So I'm sharing this from my car, looking how I'm looking, having the day that I'm having, to encourage you and to remind you that if you are wondering why God has you taking the long way, to keep in mind that it might not be about you. Because is it ever really about us? So that's all I have for today. Short and sweet. I hope that you all are having a blessed day, and share this video with a friend, subscribe, like, do all of the things. I'm going to leave this up. Thank you to the people who are watching. Thank you to the people who happen to watch this on the replay. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you soon.